Well, welcome back to D-Bomb's Garage. This morning I got Bravada tightened down. A little while ago, a gentleman came and picked up his Ford truck and dropped off a 99 Taurus with brake issues. Got that in and up on the rack. I need to buy a 4-post or get a 4-post rack from Benpack or Wildfire, one or two. Whoever wants to, whichever one wants to send me a lift, I could use another one here. But I got this one up. Wheel cylinder on the right rear is junk. Struts making noise at the top. This side looks pretty rough also, driver's side. Personally, if it was my car, I think I would do, if I was going to keep it for at least another year, I'd do all 4 struts, drums, shoes, wheel cylinders on the back. The front, I'd get the pads. I would probably end up doing the calipers and hoses also. And the front struts, if I didn't say that already. So now I'm waiting for a customer to get back with me on this one. The fastback, I've got parts ordered. I ordered the front windshield seal, the back glass seal, rubber. Got new taillights coming and seals. Got both of those coming. Got a new throttle cable coming. A couple other pieces for the throttle. I'm gonna have to check that fuel pump out, see if it's gonna work. And I'm gonna do a handheld starter switch. To come up in here so I can watch and see what's going on with the spark and everything. Yeah, I do have plugs over there. Get me another thing and clean this up some more. I'll probably just shoot it with a rust inhibitor black. Yeah, probably what I'll do. I'll probably look at some the foam for the seats. I don't know yet. Haven't decided what I'm doing. That looks like the top of the seat, which would go over this, and then it would bolt in down there. Yeah. I don't know. I see some roughage over there. I just wish I could find somebody that actually has the Type 3 pan sections. Because I gotta get all the way over underneath the seat. I think it'll be a pretty cool little thing to run around with. The Monte Carlo, again, I bought the Volkswagen as a how would I say, this is my birthday present to myself. So I spent on this, I should have spent on that, but I didn't. So, with that, I'm going back in the house, find something to eat because I'm hungry. And let's see if I can't download this for a quick vid, not a very long one. As I said, I got parts ordered for that, for this thing. I definitely need to change those plug wires. I'll change the plugs, change the plug wires. You're gonna get a coil. I got the plugs right here. Get a starter switch that I can handle up here. Let's see what the points are doing, and then maybe I can get it to crack off and spark, and maybe I can get it to fire up. But the thing that's still holding me back is the throttle cable and the fuel pump. So with that, I'm done. D-Bomb's Garage. Later all. I'm out. Once again, welcome back to D-Bomb's Garage. Today, trying to do a catch up on everything, but I did again make another purchase of a Volkswagen for parts. You'll see. I'm gonna kick you on the time lapse, and we'll be on our way. There's a lot of wind. What I picked up in the Volkswagen kit car. This is the tail end of the kit car. Got it, no doors. Unfortunately, but I did get the back piece to it. It's in the truck. The front piece is over here. I'll show it to you real quick. I'm trying to get it off the trailer inside so I can tinker with it for a little bit. I want to get the body off of it because the front nose of it is right there. Pretty well foobarred, but I've got an idea that may or may not work. So for right now, I want to tinker with trying to get the body off this critter. So with that, I'm going to kick you over to time lapse once again. So here we go. Well, I got home. Got the body off of it, got that set outside. Front suspension pretty well foobarred as far as the towers go. Towers are screwed up. I can get aftermarket towers, so that's not an issue with this one. The rear, the transmission mounts are totally rotted. Both sides. I think I can get new ones of them. I think. Put that back together. I don't know. But I'm gonna finish cutting the tunnel out of the way so I can get that out of here. Then I can move pick this up with the Bobcat and move it around. Right now I'm going to move this front suspension out the way. Maybe I'll cut the, I don't know. Ta-da! Well, so much for that. Front suspension, metal tonneau cover, motor, transmission, rear end. Well, now I'm going to get them out of here. Protect it! Alright, still windy outside. I think I'm done for the day. Put a big crescent on that motor, it's locked up. I'm gonna pull the plugs out a little bit later, squirt them down, check the oil. See if by chance I can't get this thing to turn over. If not, then it'll be a candidate for a core motor, something to send in if I buy a rebuilt one, which I'm kind of thinking of doing. Transmission, not sure what it is. As I said, the mounts for the transmission are puked. But I'll see what I can't save. If I can get the transmission tubes, I'll replace those. The reason I bought that kit car was because of this, the back piece, but I didn't know the front mounts were rotted out. But as I say, it is what it is. If I can fix those, I'll get those fixed. Too windy to have burn pile going. As I said, the back piece of the kit car is still in the back of my truck. Did not get any doors with it. The front nose of it, there's the shift tunnel right there. The nose of it I put over here. And then front suspension, as I said, pretty foobarred. I might get away with some of this. I don't know. Don't know. But I threw the front suspension off over here. So the shock towers are shot. But those are, you can buy those replacement pieces and put them back together for aftermarket shocks. Kind of like that there. So So with that being said, the D-Bomb's garage, I'm out for now. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Later all. Well, welcome back, D-Bomb's garage. Been a minute. We got some chaos going on right now. Dodge truck, 6.7 turbo diesel. Customer keeps adding stuff to the job. Originally it was, what was it originally? Oh, radiator and shocks. Now he wants to replace the water pump, the alternator, a bunch of lines in here that I don't want to even mess with. Radiator, the first one I got was boxed wrong. The second one is the correct radiator. He wanted to change the tank, the fuel tank in the back. He said this one wasn't transferring on inspection. Found a hose that was bent at a 90 degree, of course. Yeah, right there. I don't think much fuel would get through that. So I'm kind of at a standstill on that one. He also brought me his Honda Accord that an alternator puked on, and he was having other issues suspension wise. So I got the alternator swapped out, got the complete knuckle assembly for both sides, new axles. That's all in on the driver's side. Got over to the passenger side, got it all tore apart. And I actually had the knuckle set up in place, but lo and behold, it was another left side spindle knuckle assembly. So I'm back to a standstill on the Accord, and it's taking up my lift. Back over to my fastback Volkswagen 68. I haven't touched it in a few days. My surprise package to myself, as it's not a surprise, but I know what it is. Finally got here. I will unbox that and show you what I got once I get all these other cars out of here. The Sable, I'm waiting on brake shoes for the front, brake pads for the front, brake shoes for the rear, rear wheel cylinders, hold down kits, wheel cylinders, drums for the rear, everything to do the brakes on this. And then this one will be gone. I'm kind of ticked off that they screwed up the boxing of this one, because I would have had this one done and back together. So right now I'm saying screw it. Let me go in, take a shower. Get cleaned up. Hopefully my part will be in with a knuckle tomorrow by noon, hopefully. Yeah. That's when I'd... Oh, and power steering gearbox is leaking someplace, and I can't find where it's leaking at. I got the Well, I had the belt for that. Had the alternator belt for it, which looks like you gotta take the fan off and all this garbage off the front of it to change the freaking belt. They make these freaking vehicles a pain in the brillin' backside now. There's the belt way up there. There's the belt. And just a bit session, I guess. Turn the radio off. Just a typical day. Oh, that's shut and locked. That one's shut and locked. That door's locked. Phone is in my pocket. Alright, enough is enough. I'm done. I'm out. Later, I'll see you tomorrow maybe. Well, welcome back to D-Bomb's garage. Monte Carlo, still haven't done anything to it. 68. Yesterday was the 6th. Went to the courthouse, filed for court-ordered title to it. So hopefully I find something out or get information by the end of the month on that. I went to the BMV or DMV, however you want to call it, Bureau, Department, Motor Vehicles, and straightening out the title on the other Monte Carlo that was titled as a year model 72. It is actually a 70. I've got that paperwork out yesterday also. I think I'm gonna pull the Camaro down. The 55 Buick should be being picked up sometime this month, since it's just about, since everything Ford is pretty much different than the 55 Chevys. This is a real hard car to find door rubbers for, window felt, the glass rubber around the vent window on the rear, vent windows on the front. I am waiting for parts for the Sable to come in for the rear brakes, front brakes, get that done. Trailer, got a new plug here for it. Gonna try to get that done today. Just a little bit of wiring. It's nothing that's going to be spectacular to video. I got the new taillights for the fastback. Been tinkered on the front headlights, but that's an update on what's going on in the shop right now. So I'll bring you back a little bit later.